did we get here?
Nah, we here. What we here? We here for Jake Paul.
We here for shit.
We here for Jake Paul. We know we finally made it. All right, so we had a nice little minute. So we finally made it after. When did we shoot the actual mock? When did we shoot our mock? And then when did we shoot the whole mock? It was months ago. It was some time ago.
It was all this
year. All right, so we're back on here. So
I hate to interrupt. What did y'all want to eat?
We'll get to that. We'll get to it.
Well, it's already 8:00.
Yeah, my lady will be home by 10.
What do y'all want?
You got a bet. I forgot you got a bet on too.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. All right, we're gonna run it through quick and we'll go from there.
Food.
Marco's Pizza.
I was gonna say Jake's, but we'll go from there.
You can't order Jake's.
This nigga eats like a 12-year-old.
Who eats? Yo, buddy, you want wings? Wings and fries.
I get a sandwich.
What type of sandwich?
You can't order
sandwich.
Jake's.
Chicken sandwich with what on it?
Chicken. Oh, you mean like sauce and everything else on it?
What's on the sandwich?
Oh, well, I don't know what they put on the sandwich.
It's what he got last time we went. Chicken sandwich.
Grilled chicken breast.
Yeah. Dipping in a new sauce every time.
You could arguably say that's eating like a 12-year-old.
How?
Pizza is more manly than a chicken sandwich. I'm sorry.
Does it say manly?
How is pizza more manly than a chicken sandwich?
What you mean?
How's pizza more manly?
You know the Italian craft that goes into a pizza?
When have you ever been to a chicken sandwich party or you been to a pizza party?
What the fuck? A chicken sandwich party?
But you've been to a pizza party before though, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. I just wanted to make it. What was the age group when you went to that pizza party?
Probably in school.
Oh, okay. High school? Middle school? Elementary?
Stop giving us pizza parties after elementary school.
Right,
okay.
Wait,
no. I had some
people
in middle
go to parties in college and up
and get pizza. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I've never seen a chicken sandwich at no fucking party.
Because it's a party food. Yes, it's one of those type of things. It's something because you can feed multiple. Because you can feed multiple people with a pizza.
Right.
You can only feed
you ever ate
one.
School lunch?
Unfortunately, we all have.
What do they serve more, pizza or like some sort of chicken?
They serve both though.
They serve chicken sandwiches every day.
They serve both.
Every day in the morning, you got that cold, nasty ass rat meat. You can eat that motherfucking chicken.
They've had both though. They've had chicken sandwiches and they've had pizza before.
Which one have you seen more?
You know how long it's been since I haven't been in. It's almost been a good amount of years since I've been in high school, so I can't tell you.
I guess, but definitely. They definitely got more chicken sandwiches in school than they got.
I can't believe a man said that a chicken sandwich is more childish than a pizza.
It is. Why do you need a chicken sandwich? Just eat chicken by itself.
I'm not going.
What if I want the bread?
Hold on, wait.
Eat some rice.
What if I want a sandwich? What if I'm in the mood for a sandwich?
A sandwich is harder for a child to eat than a pizza.
Do you really believe that?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
All right, but there's multiple parts.
There's
multiple parts to a sandwich. You got your bottom bun, you got your cheese, you got your lettuce, you got your whatever else you want to put on there. You got your meat, then you got then you got your other sandwich. Now your other top bun. So that's a lot to deal with as a child. You don't have the dexterity yet, but a piece of pizza.
The dexterity.
You don't.
You don't got the dexterity.
You
don't got opposable thumbs.
You don't, bro. You can't use your shit.
All you need to do.
But with a piece of hold on. But with a piece of pizza, it's already cut. It's a triangle or a square, and you just gotta pick it.
That's a lot of fucking bread. Definitely depending on where you get. If you go to the main spots, Pizza Hut, Domino's for damn sure. Little Caesars, they all breaded, and Little Caesars pizza is hard as hell.
My brother said, first off. My brother said First off, my brother said main pizza spots. So we're talking. All right, we're talking conglomerates. Okay, corporations. Next, he had the audacity, the gall. Quintez. He had the gall to mention Little Caesars.
No.
He had the gall to mention a hot and ready. A hot and ready. A hot and ready.
They don't make their money like that.
Is that not a main contender? Everybody go to Little Caesars.
I went to Little. The first time I've ever went to Little Caesars was the last time I went to Little Caesars.
I only get Little Caesars if somebody else buys it. I don't eat it.
I'm not buying it. But if I get pizza,
of course, don't get me wrong. When I was growing up, we didn't have Domino's pizza money, so we had to get hot and ready pizza. Boom, right there. That's cool. But at the same time, as an adult now, I'm not eating hot and ready pizza. Even at my lowest.
When I was a kid,
I don't blame nobody if they do. But
for him, when I was a kid, I was going to Rocco's getting the 2 slices of pepperoni pizza for $2.25.
At the same time, as an adult, I'm not going to a restaurant eating a chicken sandwich. I'm sorry.
So you would rather go to a restaurant and get a pizza over a chicken sandwich.
Look, here's how I put it.
So, are there childish? What is a childish meal? Let's go to that. What are mainly meals?
Hold up, wait.
Is that a thing?
Wait, hold up. It could be considered childish because what do they mainly serve at like amusement parks and like Chuck E. Cheese or like things like that?
I mentioned that earlier. With the pizza.
Okay, if that's the case, then you can. My argument is fucked up. If we go in the celebration station, Chuck E. Cheese, Wet Wild, all that shit, they got pizza. Maybe.
I feel like this is where you went wrong. Because why are we going to those places to begin with?
We're not allowed.
Got kids.
Oh,
maybe you got kids. Maybe you got extended family.
So now we're just hypothetical.
Look, I'm just saying. Me personally, I'm taking a big ass New York slice of pizza, 18 inches. Pause. 18-inch slice of pizza. Glazed in that grease, in that pepperoni. Eating it to the crust. Then I'm gonna crust it down. I'm gonna eat the crust like fucking Pac-Man. Look, a slice of pizza is way better to me than a fucking, especially in Jake's chicken sandwich.
Why are you talking like you're getting hard right now?
Whoa.
You describe like, bro, calm down.
I got love for the game.
Oh, you like that? You're really an eater.
Eater, shit. A pizza eater. I know fucking.
Oh my god! Look, bro,
chicken sandwich is good.
Chicken sandwich is good.
We're getting off. Look,
right. Let's hypothetical into what do you want? What do you want to eat?
Don't say no damn chicken sandwich.
Because I kind of want Cabo.
You need Cabo right now?
Huh?
Cabo open right now?
Yeah.
So Olive Garden. I got an $11 meal that I can snatch up. That mushroom with that chicken feeder. Ooh, hold on.
They don't have that on DoorDash.
They don't?
No.
That's dirty as hell.
You can't.
What they got? You got to let me know my options.
What they got?
I'm gonna let y'all choose. I'll just eat whatever.
I'm still on. What they got?
Here. You the picky eater.
Ooh.
You.
That's funny.
It's fair though.
Whoa!
No, I'm saying me.
Whoa!
I'm saying me.
You gonna let him talk? You gonna let him talk to you like that? I worded that wrong. I'm saying. You gonna let him?
I being the biggest nigga in the room.
You gonna let him call you the biggest nigga in the room like that?
That's crazy. Just instigating that.
That's crazy. I know that nigga was your. Dad.
I wouldn't let him talk to me like this though. Like,
I know he was
actually the smallest one here.
I know that nigga was your.
In terms of
now you letting him talk to you too. I know that nigga was your dad. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, that's crazy work. I've got one father.
I know that nigga was your dad.
He's alive.
I know that nigga was your dad. That's me personally.
I know you had an Olympic medal in dick sucking. That shit crazy.
Wow. That's crazy. That's
wild.
All right, so while we're looking for that, we're here for one thing first. Obviously, Kendrick dropped, but we're not talking about that because he dropped earlier today, so I haven't even listened to it.
Great album.
We here to talk about
great album.
Jake Paul.
Why? Everybody talked about it. Why?
Let's just skip to the point.
Let's start with Q.
Put Jake Paul in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
Not at all.
Boxing Hall of Fame.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
Boxing Hall of Fame.
Nice cap. Because he didn't. If I'm gonna be honest, Jake didn't even look good that fight, and Jake has actually looked good in some of his matches. But I don't think.
By what standard?
It's just a boxer. It's a guy that's showing steady improvement in his sport. People give Jake Paul a lot of crap.
Look, I agree. People are like, they try to when you've been training for as long as he has, of course you're going to be decent.
Yeah.
Like, he's decent, but my thing is, there are actual amateur boxers who deserve that type of line. Don't get me wrong, he's making his money. He made a lot of money. Who am I to hate on him? But at the same time, he's like, fight amateur boxers. Fight somebody who's 27 like you are. And if you want to be taken for real,
for sure.
If you want to be
fought
taken,
Tommy Fury.
And he lost.
And he lost. Yes, but the fight was the decision. Yes.
All right. So then, if that were the case, if you want to be taken as a serious boxer, but line it up with the next.
But at the same time, though, I'm not trying to defend Jake Paul by any means, and not speaking for him, or not speaking against him either. But Jake Paul also spars real boxers. By our definition of real boxers, of course, but. Sparring, obviously, but the way that we've interpreted and the way that we've interpreted sparring is different than the way that I think we'll see them spar. Because I feel like every clip that I see of boxers spar is just hard sparring, which it could be wrong. I could be wrong 100%.
No, most sparring I see with boxers, they are going.
Yeah, so they're going at it, and if they're going at it like that, then I I can see it. The only thing I'm saying is that I think Jake Paul gets a lot of crap. I think we give him. I mean, it's been like that for years. Jake Paul has honestly, it somewhat feels like he's changed boxing, and I won't say changed boxing as far as I won't say change boxing as a matter of like his talent, no, but change boxing as this guy went from a social media guy, like internet guy, a Vine guy, the YouTuber, to having going into a fight with a $40 million purse.
I got that, and I get that.
I think that's pretty
really
insane.
do. I really do. But I mean, it's not like he brought the right eye. People aren't watching boxing anymore. Like they'll watch these gimmick fights. They'll watch the YouTubers fight, but nobody's watching Better Biv versus Bivol.
Yeah, I think celebrities
like people are watching it, but like
you have to be into the sport to watch the sport.
Exactly.
And celebrities and these guys have definitely made the sport. I don't want to say it more exciting because I would be speaking from my perspective. I don't want to say that and disrespect the sport of boxing, but I think these guys have come into the sport and they have made it so much more accessible because now you have people that have never even thought or had a background or any context of the sport, and they're kind of bringing them in. Do you know how many people Netflix? I don't know the numbers exactly, but you know how many people Netflix brought on that stream?
But we know why.
Of course. We don't talk about it, but I think it was crazy. But I think, but really, my point really mentioning it, obviously, my point really just mentioning the whole thing about it is that it sucks for Jake Paul because
there's no win. There's no win.
Exactly. So listen, because it sucks because you are a $40 million loser. So even if we win, we were talking about this before, and even if you win, right, you win even before the fight, you win, you beat a
58-year-old man.
If you lose, you lost to Mike Tyson. Yeah, like so the narrative is constantly
there's no losing and losing to Mike Tyson.
Win. But you also lost to a 58-year-old man.
There was
but at the very least, that's still Mike Tyson.
No, there was no winning regardless. It didn't matter. Regardless, it was Mike Tyson.
You don't lose because
it's not because he didn't fight Iron Mike. He fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you got to understand the backlash is still gonna come with it.
I got you.
If you got knocked out, it's like.
And don't get me wrong.
He's 58. I got you. I get it.
And it's falling down that line. And don't get me wrong. I kind of even after I watched it, I definitely regretted watching it because I sat there and I was like, I knew what was going to happen. I didn't put any money down because I wasn't going to win anything on the fight. And it's just like I kind of wasted an hour of my life watching this Netflix mess up the stream just to watch what I knew was going to happen. And the one thing I thought was crazy about it is that people had the audacity to say, "Oh, Mike's going to win."
That shit was pissing me off because I'm sitting here like they're asking me at work, when you ready for Mike Tyson? I'm like, he's 58. They're like, he's still Mike Tyson. I'm like, yeah, he's Mike Tyson, but he's Mike Tyson to regular people now. Right. Like to a regular person, Mike Tyson's gonna fuck you up 10 times out of 10
Absolutely.
But Mike Tyson to somebody who's actually been training boxing for like 6 years, he's 27.
How long has Jake been training?
It's been like 5 years.
It's been like 5
years.
5 to 4 years, give or take.
No.
Okay. So if he's been doing that for that long, which is a considerable amount of time, way more than I've been doing, we've been doing any type of contact sport.
Yeah.
If he's been doing this for this long, he's decent. He's got to be, unless he really is trash and he doesn't like train enough. So if he's decent enough, then yeah, and he's 27, he's got the gas tank and the body. Mike Tyson is a 58-year-old man with 58-year-old body problems. His knees is getting out. 8 months ago, he almost died. Like
he did. I think if he's taking the sport as serious as I think he's taking it, then it's good. I just wish for Mike, it sucks. Like it's good to see one thing. It's a win for Mike because I'm sure Mike enjoyed just getting back in training fight camping for that.
He said it was fun,
and I'm glad he enjoyed it. Mike won because it was 8 rounds.
It was 8 2-minute rounds.
Mike Tyson boxed 8 rounds at 58. That's a W regardless.
And he won $25 million.
That's a W. He's probably sore as hell the next morning, but
of course,
that's a W regardless for him in the category. But it's like there's so much backlash. We got so much on Jake's name at that point that it definitely does suck just a little bit on his part. And
I mean,
I feel like we could give him. I don't want to say give him some grace, but it's like I think we're hating way more than I think that it needs.
Because this is the fight you wanted. This isn't the fight that he was given. It wasn't like somebody was like, all right, well, to get entry into amateur or into pro boxing, you have to fight 58
but,
my year.
But then again,
no, he chose that.
Then again, nobody really asked for the fight. He sprung it onto people. That was a contract that went on behind the scenes. It was like, oh shit, I'm fighting Mike Tyson. They hear Mike Tyson, it's like, oh.
This says this last year though. It's been set up since like last year. So
I think my main problem with Jake is not to say he's a bad boxer. I think he has some capability, but his fights are all.
You an African? Vegan? You an African? Vegan?
What did you order?
You put it. Darrow's. You got Darrow's.
I got some chicken tenders.
Yeah,
you go
order food from the same place, right?
Okay.
But
my fault.
My thing is with him, a lot of his fights are like handicapped. Like you have like who do you fight? Ben Askren.
Okay.
A grappling demon, been out the game, retired as fuck.
Okay.
You're fighting basketball players.
He fought Ben. He fought Ben. Yeah.
That's Ben Askren.
He fought the worst striker
probably ever
in the UFC. Yeah.
And then
pro
took away
fighters
all of his weapons. Took away the elbows, the knees, took away the kicks, and now he's just boxing.
He wasn't good at any of that. Ben Askren's
that Ben Askren fight, I even when that happened, I thought Ben Askren threw the fight.
And it's like,
so I would say that when
Ben
I thought
Askren
that's
just
that
had
fight,
a hip replacement right before that fight. He
really
did not give a fuck.
Yeah,
like, he did not care
because remember Ben didn't even look in shape coming into the fight. I didn't know he had hip replacement, but I thought he threw that.
I mean,
fight.
Has he ever looked in shape? Not to no disrespect to Ben Askren, but like he was done at that point.
I get what you're saying.
Like, but he's not a striker either. Everybody knows this. Everybody's seen Ben Askren strike. He's worse than Ronda Rousey. You can't it's bad. Like he fought Tyron Woodley, who, all right, that one is probably his out of his celebrity fights. That's probably his highest one because that one because Tyron Woodley was what 40 at that point, 40, 38, 39.
And it's like, you're fighting people when they're at a massive disadvantage. They're retired, 40 years older than you, or 20 years older than you, out of their element. It's like, this shit is crazy.
That's not their sport.
Yeah, well, why is he not going against other amateur boxers of the same skill level, the same caliber?
He fought what's his name and he held his own. I mean, that fight went to decision still.
Yeah.
So even we can't say that he isn't. Do we have the expectation of wanting him to fight more amateur boxers or guys on that nature? 100%, without a question. He fought Tommy Fury and he lost, but that fight still went to decision nonetheless. So he didn't get knocked out. So he did still hold his own. Not to mention he's sparring, and we know that he has to spar. He's sparring real boxers in the sparring matches. I just don't think he looked good at heavy. That was a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
I don't think he looked good at heavyweight.
I don't think he
looked like he dirty bulked.
I don't really like his.
Yeah.
I don't even really like his moveset either. His main thing he's been knocking people out is that overhand right, and it's like I don't even feel like he's that accurate with it either. Maybe I haven't seen too much of Jake, but I just I don't know.
I agree because from what I was seeing, I was like, man, if Mike Tyson was just 10 years younger, like he could have.
All right, he was 48. Then what?
If he was
still bad, it wasn't gonna happen.
It would. All right, let's say a 48-year-old Mike Tyson.
Y'all stepping in the ring with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson? You stepping in the ring with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not in boxing.
Boxing only. Boxing only.
Boxing only? No, I'm not stepping in there.
All I'm saying is, it obviously looked like both of them wasn't trying. I feel like Jake could have done him dirty with the cardio endurance and the overall durability.
Because
I just don't think Jake looked good in that fight.
Them legs started to give out.
I just don't think Jake looked good at all.
And that's the thing. Like
I think it's just his heavyweight thing.
But those clips end. Like you see him.
They promotion. We're selling a fight. We gotta sell tickets.
He could have given me 30 seconds of that though.
Everybody looks good hitting pads. You know this. Everybody looks good hitting pads.
That is true, but you could have given me 10 seconds of that pad work.
That's not true.
I mean, it's all right if you train decently and you do enough, then
the job is to sell the fight. The job is to sell a fight. They sold the fight.
They did.
He got paid $20 million to humiliate himself.
And Jake?
The slap looked like it had more power than anything he threw in the entire fight. I'm sorry, and that's just what it is. The slap at the beginning when Jake stepped on his feet, he hit the little boom, duck, got back in the stance. That looked better than anything they had going on that entire match, aside from that cross in the first round. After that cross, Jake kind of froze up and he was like, "Oh shit, he might try to knock me out." After that, he threw no strikes.
I think he definitely played Mike's conditioning and the fact that he was old to his advantage. If he, because not to the fullest extent, because he definitely could. There was moments of like Mike's
shit looks
gas.
ass.
Like if he wanted to, he could like some more of that, and Mike's going down.
And also, wasn't that a part of the agreement too? They that what's it called? Mike had to go the distance. He had to go
it was
8
something
rounds
like
and he
that.
couldn't knock Jake out.
No, they changed that.
They've been talking about. They've been talking about that they think that fight was sold. That they think that they Mike threw the fight too.
Knockouts were allowed, and actually,
I ain't gonna lie, that shit looks kind of ass.
Because they changed it up. Because then Jake offered him $5 million. He said, if you can last like 6 rounds.
This what you be buying food from?
I've never been to that place once.
Okay.
It's good, though.
I've been there. It's good. It was like if you can last 6 or 4 rounds with me, then I'll give you an extra $5 million. So he bet Mike that, and then Mike lasted all 8 rounds. So he had paid him $20 million on top of the $5 million he made in that last bet. So Mike Tyson,
1 or 2. You're good. Continue.
Probably got away with like 25 to 23, depending on taxes and all that. Like that much money at 58 years old to box a 27-year-old. As a Mike Tyson, that's a win.
I think the whole event in itself was bad.
No, hold on. Those girls.
Okay, yeah, Serrano and Taylor. That was a good fight. They wasn't blocking them, blocking with their head. It was real. It was broad. We loved it. Look, we loved that fight. I'm talking about the fight before that. The guys who were in, and I don't know where these records come from with guys boxing like this. Yo, I saw 60 minutes of straight jabs. I'm pretty sure it was 10 3-minute rounds. I'm pretty sure 60 minutes of straight jabs. That was it. One got a record of like 27-4. The other one got a record of like 24-3. I'm seeing straight jabs, barely any head movement, and it was just stalemating the whole time. I did not enjoy that bit. I'm sorry.
I saw the post. I saw the post.
You saw the one with
your post about how you're just like I watched 10 minutes. I watched 10 rounds of just jabbing back and forth.
That shit was like what was it with Barrios and
I mean, I thought it was clear because the first couple of rounds it was clear who was winning, but then
it just
what's his name got knocked, and it was pretty even after that. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
I feel like I don't know. You come to an event hosted by Netflix. Obviously, you want to win the match.
I see it. You stepping in the ring with Mike Tyson?
No, out of respect, no.
As a kickboxer?
No, as a boxer, just straight boxing. Like at this current point in time,
I haven't been boxing.
My chin has never been tested. So I don't know.
That is still.
Remember, as a boxer, you win regardless if you get knocked out or not. Maybe it's more of a better hypothetical.
Right, but I'm not heavyweight. Like my body isn't built like that.
That's fine.
That's fine. As a 185er, 180.
Yeah, you go in there. You box Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson is gonna knock me out, and you know what? I can. As somebody who's like, I wouldn't take that fight.
No way.
It's all right. Maybe it is brave of you to get in there with Mike Tyson.
But you never know. What if you got the God chin? You never know.
No way. I don't.
Like,
everybody
I don't think my chin has ever been tested, but I've been hit pretty hard, and it's like
anybody can get knocked out, but I don't think you're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, I think you just move around the whole time, especially if he's fighting like that. Actually, like without the agreements and stuff, if he's fighting like that,
I don't have the boxing footwork for it. I'm
not. Everybody in this room could just circle.
Yeah,
that's not to be like disrespectful or nothing like that, but like. Mike is 60 years old. I wouldn't take if I was in Mike's shoes though.
I would take that.
Are you taking that in Mike's shoes?
If I'm Mike Tyson has already shown the maturity to get to a point where he's like, I don't care about my legacy.
But if you're in that point, it has nothing. In that point, you have nothing to lose.
He doesn't care.
That is true.
Like all that, like he doesn't care about his record. He doesn't care about his belts because Mike Tyson found like a deeper meaning from what it seems like he's shown us from 20-year-old Mike Tyson who went through all that crazy shit and had that terrible life growing up and all the things that happened to him to where he is now. He's like, all that shit don't really matter. What matters to me is like my children are good. They have money after I die. And you know what? I like to have fun.
I feel like you could see it. You could look-y see it in his eyes when he was walking up into the ring that he was like, oh shit, I'm like really here. Like not scared, but it's like, oh, I'm really taking another fight. You could tell he was like, there was defeat almost already there, as if, okay, I'm just doing this for the bread. He already accepted that. We just doing this for the money. We're not doing it for no other reason. feel me? I didn't fuck with it. I didn't fuck with the event, but all publicity isn't good, but it's still bringing a lot of money.
Mike Tyson's a legend,
and
like
it's bringing a lot of money, but it's like I don't know. I can't really get behind fighting a 58-year-old.
No,
because you feel me?
Like
that's like if Floyd turned 70 and he was like, "Oh shit, let's fight. It's time to fight, Floyd." Floyd is 50 already, but I don't think he would ever take that agreement anyways.
You should. I mean, Floyd does like to do money fights, but I don't. It's just not worth it. Like, I'm sorry. What did you? It is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. You're right. Let me not lie.
20 M's?
But I'm not. What? As your Jake Paul, I don't think I can't believe you when you say I want to be taken seriously in boxing. I can't because you're fighting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, yes, but by the time
you're fighting handicapped, out of prime, old washed up,
Mike
disadvantaged
Tyson.
Individuals.
Everybody
but I feel
gets
like the only
older.
reason, the thing is, the only reason I feel like we're only saying that because the fight is over. Because all the news before the fight was media saying that he's fighting Mike Tyson. He's gonna lose. I feel like we're only like we knew this, but at the same time, I feel like we're only saying that now because we're in defense of Mike because the fight is over. When in reality, like prior to the fight, it was the nature, the tone was completely different.
I just think Mike would have knocked him out. There was no money involved. There's also no reason for him to fight. If
I don't think so.
Involved, but I think he would.
I don't think so. I think that's cap.
The shot that he was throwing at the beginning of the round.
Okay, wow. 1 round.
He threw a cross with no hit and almost threw him into the corner.
Okay, did he get knocked down off
it? Mike Tyson,
he didn't get knocked down, but it's like he threw that with almost virtually no tech. He was just virtually standing still. He threw it, and Jake flew back. He was scared the whole time. If you see when Mike was throwing feints, he was cowering up and shit like that. It's like you were scared of that power.
All right, we'll go to 1 or 2 rounds later, and Jake did the same thing to him with one hand. He did that always, like he did the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And Mike wasn't even blocking it. Mike wasn't blocking at that point.
3rd or 4th round. Yeah, Mike was done by that point.
Mike was done.
You got the first one, then you got the second one. Third one was iffy.
You don't lose the power. You just lose everything else. The gas tank, the stamina, the durability. Your chin no longer exists. Your body no longer exists. You just he's just a walking power bomb.
I don't think that
he was at that point. Mike Tyson was a tank, and it had half tank gas.
Probably not even that shit. Probably
I don't think that Jake would have got knocked. I don't think Jake would have got knocked if there's somebody.
I think a 48-year-old Mike Tyson is a different story.
I think that Jake had a better chance of knocking Mike than Mike had a chance of knocking Jake.
Absolutely. No disagreement there.
How about this? No agreements. First round. I think Mike got it.
Mike got the first round.
I think Mike could put him down.
Wait. You mean like now, 58, Mike?
No gas tank, but you could probably go 2 minutes. There's not much never mind. There's not much you can really get done in 2 minutes. There's not much.
What do you mean? You do it all the time.
A 2-minute knockout is hard to get.
Not, but we spar though. I mean, like in a fight, like in an actual fight, I don't feel like there's much you can do in 2 minutes of the first round.
You do it all the time.
What you mean?
You didn't. What do you mean? What I mean?
I hate to interrupt. Y'all can continue this conversation. Did you want anything to drink?
I got.
He put a Sprite on there.
No,
I got water right here.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
What you mean we do that all the time?
No, you do that all the time.
Like what?
You fight. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying in 2 minutes in a boxing match with 14-ounce gloves, you find that. I think he would put him down. They were using 14 ounces.
Okay.
I think he would put him down, but 2 minutes is still not a lot for like experienced people. You feel me?
No, like 2 minutes for an average person.
2 minutes for an average person, you get your ass beat.
I'm
sorry.
What? 2 minutes for an average person who's never fought? Just give me 30 seconds.
Give me 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh, you said you taking him? You said you could take him?
Who?
Oh.
Anybody in 30 seconds. You said you could take him?
Anybody in 30 seconds?
You said you could take
him? No. I said give me 30 seconds.
Give you 30 seconds with what?
Because you'll be tired.
30 seconds with who?
Until you're tired. And then I'm on
so you make them work. Oh, so you on them ass in 30 seconds is what you're saying. So you on them. I'm saying what you're saying.
I think me versus somebody who's never trained before, give me 30 seconds until you're tired.
Oh yeah.
Because if you want to fight me, I know what you're gonna do.
Oh, so you're
coming in, you're gonna You gonna
so you gonna bait? So you gonna let him chase? Now then you gonna find your moment.
I just gotta wait. I just gotta wait till you tired. Oh, you're tired now?
And you gonna take back.
Beautiful. I'm finna hit you with some shit.
Oh, you gonna hit him alright?
I'm gonna hit you with some shit.
Then you gonna take back right after that, aren't you?
You know that? See, I think it's way different. Like,
nasty.
We do all the training and shit like that. In a street fight, I'm gonna let him look. Let you get your blows in. 15 seconds till you gas yourself out. Then I'm going ham.
You got to hit. You got to touch me first. That's the thing. You got to close that distance.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I'm not doing no blocking,
I ain't gonna hold y'all. If we get in one, if there's a moment that there ever a street fight does happen, I'm not throwing no kicks. I'm not throwing no punch. I'm lifting one elbow, and if that elbow don't land or it don't drop, I'm just gonna leave.
I'm hitting elbows. Especially if you're close range.
Go home.
That upward.
You got it, bro.
Out the window. I'm sorry.
No, not happening.
I might throw a head kick, but I don't have the.
You don't have the flexibility.
Yeah, I ain't got the flexibility.
You don't got the hips. Calm down.
I could do it.
Say that for your wife, man.
I can get away with a head kick. I can get away if I'm in.
You can get away with a head kick. G can get away with a head kick. I'm doing straight low kicks.
Bro, I'm just doing
low kicks, elbows, and knees.
All you need is a low kick. Because all you need is a low kick.
And teeth.
You really need a knee. Honestly, I wouldn't say throw an elbow or head kick. I would say if you could throw a leg kick, or you can throw a knee out at the average person, they're not going to expect that. In defense, of course, they're not going to expect that.
Actually, scratch all of that.
I'm
throwing oblique kicks.
Hey, did you set it for pickup?
I didn't do anything. Did you order it?
No, I'm going to just deliver it.
Look.
That's what John did.
I'm going straight oblique kicks. I'm Jon Jones the fuck out of people.
Crazy.
Hey, that's what I was saying.
You got
somebody's
how do I feel about
the all right? Because there's a bunch of shit that I don't do in training because it's not ethical. Or I wouldn't do in a sanctioned fight. Me personally, I wouldn't do oblique kicks. I think they're shitty kicks.
How'd y'all feel about the John
if we're
fight?
in a street fight, straight obliques. I'm gonna kick your shit in.
Like what?
How'd y'all feel about the John fight?
He's fighting to retire Stipe. Give him Tom Aspinall.
So are we giving John the same treatment as we're gonna give a Jake?
No.
Whoa.
No.
That's not the same thing.
How is it not?
Because Jake is more along the lines of a fraud. Let's say that. Not saying that John is a fraud. Not saying John is a fraud. The treatment of look who you're fighting against. No, because Stipe is old and retired, but they around the same age range. It's just the fight nobody wants. People have been asking. People have been trying to give you the number one. Number one pick for the heavyweight, which is Tom Aspinall.
He is the interim champion.
Exactly.
You have to fight the interim champion.
It's like he's running from him. It's like the Stipe fight is just something nobody wanted.
No, the Stipe fight is what he said about somebody decorated. So if John is fighting somebody. Stipe hasn't fought since what 22, 20. Stipe's last fight was the Ngannou fight. Okay. So somebody that's been decorated, that's had the career already, that's more than likely going to get inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. The career is there already. Jake's in the same situation fighting somebody that has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And even though Stipe and Mike Tyson are way different in terms of ages as well as last fight, I feel like these are both similar settings rather than I feel like we're in closer territory than we think we are if we're judging these fights.
No, because Jon Jones and Stipe are they may not be peak physically, but they're both at the top of their game. Mike Tyson was at the top of his game 30 years ago. The only fight he's had in the past 30 years has been against Roy Jones?
Yeah. Well, how can we say that for Stipe? How can we say the same for Stipe if Stipe has not fought in 4 years?
But the thing is about
how can we say the same thing about Stipe?
I think his career is a lot more consistent than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson stopped fighting when he was 30, 35, something. When did he stop fighting?
When did Stipe stop fighting?
Last fight was 30, 35.
Granted, we don't know if Stipe is still training or not.
But, no, he done.
But
he beat him into retirement.
No, he was already retired.
He's already retired.
No,
he was already focused on his
not mentally there.
He was focused on his firefighter shit. He's not worried about.
So then, how are we saying it's different? As if we're seeing. I'm just looking at similar. I'm just asking a question and I'm seeing similarities.
It's more like Jon Jones is running from somebody. Jake Paul.
We're not focused on the fact that Jon is not fighting Tom, even though. Okay, never mind.
But that's the issue.
That's the issue. That's the whole issue.
The issue is that Tom Aspinall is the interim champion who has defended his interim championship, but he can't get the heavyweight
because
champion
John has
to fight
it.
him.
John has it.
I mean, I get that. We're not. We're all in agreement that we all want John to fight Tom Aspinall. I think all three of us want that fight to happen. I think majority of the UFC world wants that fight to happen.
Yeah.
The only person that does not care for it is John.
Maybe he's just putting up appearances.
I think we all want that. I think we all know.
For his mindset is smart though. It's the fight everybody wants, but from him it's smart. He's understanding that. Okay, I'm 37. I'm getting up in age. You know, I've already proven myself across all these years of what I can do. Why would I take this fight?
I'm undefeated.
You feel me? You lost once.
DQ'd.
It's a all right, but
Yeah,
now
if he fought now he'd be fine.
Yeah.
Well, because honestly, he didn't lose that fight. He just got DQ'd for his 12-6 elbows, which are now legal. So I mean, he was winning. That's the reason he was winning, because he was winning that fight. Dude was about to be a lights out, and what the ref called it because at that moment you couldn't do 12-6. Now you can. So he should. It's not really a loss.
I think it's time for Jones to retire. I think it's time for Jon Jones to retire. He's looking real slow. That Stipe fight was not entertaining. I like the spinning back kick. It was cool. The jumping spinning back kick.
Well, heavyweight fights are just for knockouts.
But then again, he still doesn't look nearly as fast as he was.
We're watching
because
two guys
he's in a different weight class.
Yeah,
we're watching two guys swing.
Going up in weight,
and Ngannou's fighting.
Not slow you down that much.
I mean, he's getting up there in age too.
Getting up there. I'm saying it's like.
And Ngannou's fight ended. Ngannou's fight in the PFL lasted a minute, 2 minutes, or something like that. These fights aren't supposed to last long. These guys are gonna come and take each other's necks off.
That is true. And I don't even think Tom don't even necessarily want to fight Jon Jones.
But Tom wants to fight John.
Yes, he does.
He said
Tom wants to fight John.
I mean, shit, baby. He said it's more about the belt than it is fighting John. It doesn't matter who it is as long as he's getting the belt. Sure. That's what he wants.
He deserves that chance.
I think he does too. I just think that we just got to look at everything from that. I don't know. I think these two fights just feel like they're in very similar territory as all.
You're not wrong.
I feel like they're very similar ground.
It's like
until you start to look into it more, then you like the ones for money. I get like, what did John really? I mean, he got paid for this, of course, but
he fought Stipe, and this wasn't the fight that anybody wanted. But can we knock off this fight and saying like this was kind of a waste of time in our eyes?
Of course,
this is a fight that
because it didn't do anything to Stipe's legacy.
I say he retired. You should retire, give up the belt, have some new heavyweights come in.
Well, John is willing to give up the belt if he can't fight Pereira. He can't fight Strowman.
But he's not getting Pereira because you know.
Dana's not gonna allow the fight. Dana's not gonna green light.
That would be exactly how that fight's gonna go. He's gonna take him to the ground and just massacre him with elbows.
It's over. Don't get me wrong.
Well, we don't know how good Pereira is on the ground.
But nobody's ever tested him on the ground.
We don't know how good Pereira is. That's the thing.
All right. Sparring and shit like that, but that doesn't really.
That's Jon Jones on the ground.
Yeah, that's Jon Jones. Elite wrestler.
I don't give a fuck who you
elite ground and pound. You can't really just say we don't know how good.
Okay, so one thing I've learned from knowing guys that are wrestlers, having a different group of wrestlers, is that A can beat B, and B can beat C, but C can beat A, even though B can't beat A. So it's just the luck of the draw. Plus we all know what happens. Like it's a fight. It's fighting. It's MMA. Anything can happen any second.
But then again, that stalling style.
It takes one shot.
They're the same age too. That's crazy.
That is true. That stalling style that they all have, that like the Dagestani wrestling style, that shit is so strong right now. Anybody that can stall and wrestle, it's lame. I'm sorry, it's lame to watch.
Well, the guys that are coming from the mountains, specifically like the Russians and those type of people, the Russians or anybody from that that we would just display that type of wrestling. They wrestle bears in their backyard or in their field. Like those guys are that's currently the future. I feel like that's the direction that the UFC is going to right now.
You have to really know how to wrestle to be.
I was gonna say, and then Pereira has already secured him a Hall of Fame career.
Have you? All right.
I don't even know how a 37-year-old man is fighting like that.
Pereira's already secured himself.
Did you see that Khalil
career.
fight when he hit that Ultra Instinct and he was just boom, boom, everything? He could not get hit.
He was in that flow state,
bro. He could not get hit. I'm sorry, but his striking looks way better. All right, number one, his striking. I don't think Jon Jones' striking is necessarily.
Jon Jones' striking is not that good.
It's just dynamic. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna get hit with John, but it's not necessarily the prettiest to watch.
Yeah, I don't think Jon doesn't. He don't really. You never gonna see him throw out an uppercut, hook, cross, a fucking
I wouldn't say that.
body.
He's
You
gonna
just don't
show
see
you
that.
so many different options from his feet down to being taken down to his
He's
hands
gonna
or
run
his
you down.
elbows.
He's gonna run you down in the endurance test.
Because now I have so many different options coming at me. Like I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from Jon Jones.
Yeah.
If I'm fighting Alex Pereira, I know that hook is coming.
Yeah,
or something's coming. A knee.
You gotta be. And the thing is with Jon Jones is not really that strong. Though he got like three knockouts, not knockouts, but like 3 stumbles across his entire career. He's never really. He got a lot of TKOs. He don't really just like KO people. Like one shot
like
KO
straight,
power.
not
Yeah, I've never.
not really.
You don't really got that one shot KO.
Not really.
Power.
They usually end in ground and pound
Alex,
or so.
You just can't take that chance. I'm sorry, you can't. He got that fucking bone structure of a damn dinosaur.
Oh man,
he hit you once, you just fall over.
Something mythical is in that left hook, man.
You get smacked with a jab, you fall over. You get hit with a calf kick, you just die.
That leg is dead. Like I promise you, it's like what Sean Strickland say. He touches you and you just die.
You just die. You just
bro,
fall over.
Strength is crazy.
I don't know what it's
but
that
his
bone
striking
structure,
is
that bone density.
For his striking to be so unorthodox, like his hands are down, but he's so.
You can get away with that being taller though.
Yeah,
you can definitely get away with that being taller.
Well, everybody puts their hands down. We put so much emphasis on everybody keeping their hands up, bro. Everybody drops their hands.
And you got motherfuckers like Alex not losing. He's not losing at all, even though
he's lost. He's lost.
He's lost, but not that.
He's lost plenty of times already.
In terms of the UFC.
Okay, in the UFC, yes, but we're talking about his fight career alone. He's lost.
He lost like 3 different. He only lost.
In the UFC, I don't think the only person he lost was is he?
Yeah, that's it. But in Glory, he lost like 3 or 4 times.
He lost to Artem.
All the guys that beat him became champions.
I only know the person he lost was Artem Levin. Because that's when I started watching fighting, and I found Artem Levin.
His kickboxing record is still pretty good.
Nah,
like
nice. I'm like nice.
I don't give like, but in other sports like kickboxing, MMA, that your losses don't really they don't have the same type of weight like it does in boxing.
You know, that's another thing I wanted. I was meaning to ask y'all that last week. What is going on with I think I asked you this. What is up with the skewed ass boxing records? I feel like I see so many 25-0, 15-0. You're
fighting
33-3.
You're fighting journeymen. You're fighting dudes who are not necessarily the best. Because the big thing in boxing is having that zero,
that flawless record,
that Floyd, that 50-0, that Sugar Ray Leonard, that Sugar Ray Robinson, that 200 and something fights in like
a 50-0.
I mean, Bud is on his way to do it.
But
what he at?
He was like 40 something.
Yeah. Like, it's possible.
Rocky Marciano retired. Well, Rocky Marciano died, but
damn.
Rest in peace. But he died undefeated. I think Rocky died at 38 and up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a lot more because I'm gonna say it's impressive. It's just held to a higher standard than like kickboxing or anything. I don't think it really matters a lot of the times because who are you really fighting? Like if you're 50-0 against the top ranked fighters in the world, then all right, cool. But if you're 50-0 and a lot of that 50 is a bunch of regular
bums, just say it, bums,
tomato cans, regular bums. If it's just bums, then cool, I guess. Like you didn't beat that means something to the average person. But if you spar, train, fight, whatever.
If you 50-0 get against bums and then you get pressure tested, what's his name? Ben Whitaker. Ben Whitaker got fraud checked.
Or Devin Haney.
Or Devin Haney. His dad funny as shit. Have you seen that clip?
It's stupid.
Where he was talking to Floyd and he was like, you foolish Earth man, your daughter need help. Foolish Earth man. That shit had me dying. But yeah,
that is crazy.
Ben Whitaker when he what guy did he go against? What's his name?
Cameron or something?
I don't know. It was a recent fight.
Yeah, he got gassed.
Yeah, he got fucked up, and then he did that shit where he flipped himself out of the ring, and then was like, "Oh shit, I'm injured." And then what happened? Was it a draw?
Yeah, I think something like that. I thought it was like a draw or something.
Like he's never been pressure tested for that goofy shit he be doing, and he finally got pressure tested. And what happened?
I saw a video on that. It's because he fought a lot of journeymen, and the issue that a lot of people
but the
have.
guy that he fought wasn't even bad. It's just like I don't know.
He doesn't have he didn't have
the gas.
He gassed out.
He didn't have
He
no
gassed
gas.
out. That's what the issue was. I don't know if he was really injured, but he might be. But at the same time, it just seemed like he got real tired.
Then
and
he
was
got
like,
him stutter stepping around you and shit, hitting you with hammer fist on the top of the head, acting like a fucking Looney Tunes character.
All right, but you see, like, I have no issue with like if that's how you fight, but you're doing it against guys who you know you're better than. Like, what are you showboating against this dude who you know good and well when you spar somebody or you fight somebody? Oh, this is money. Like you know that.
You feel me?
So like, why am I doing all this extra shit, dancing, dipping and dodging when it's just a dude that is meant to be just another roadmap to my success instead of like Roy Jones Jr. When
at the same time, you fuck up your reputation doing that. It could go either way. There's people that be like, oh damn, like you really saucing his dad. And then there's the other side. It's like you're doing all that showboating shit for what? Now people want to see you get put down.
But you saw it, but you saw it the way that I saw it because you know, just like how I know that shit it don't matter. Like to somebody who trains, like, all right, cool, but you're not going against nobody. Exactly. Like if you did that shit against the champion and you was doing, you're him. Like
you him.
You him.
Saucing him like that.
Yeah.
Doing that against,
but he wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare do that in a championship fight.
I don't like he wouldn't dare do it in his last fight. And they're trying to. I feel like with a lot of boxing, it's like it's a lot about upholding reputation in a public image. It's like, oh, they can't look like they did this. They can't look like they got fucked up. Same thing with that, bro. They ended his career. Devin Haney, he done. You know what I'm saying?
He not done. He not done.
He done. I heard shit about him since, bro. And you know, we into like combat sports. I have not heard shit about Devin Haney since.
The thing about Devin Haney is, like you said, like who is he really fought? Like not only has who is he really fought, but like
I can't name one.
When we're getting into boxing, like when we were talking about it earlier, this is boxing's not really my repertoire.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Like the thing that Mighty Mouse talking about. When they go into the clinch and they just hug each other and they do this shit to avoid getting hit all the time, I just think that shit's lame.
I mean, clinching is smart. We talk a lot of crap about clinching, but like
clinching is smart. But it's like
clinching is very technical.
From the spectator.
From the common, okay, we're talking general. Yeah. We're talking general gym pop. Okay,
from the like spectator point of view, that shit is really boring to watch. Like there's no activity really going on. It's smart.
But like we talk average spectator. The average spectator thinks that every fight is gonna end in a knockout. Each fight is gonna get like we're swinging.
Average spectator can enjoy the chess match.
But like, I think MMA is a lot more enjoyable to watch for that very reason because it's like the fight doesn't stop as soon as you get to the.
It's a lot more going on. UFC's getting.
Yeah, it's a lot more. You have elbows, you got knees.
It's exciting until it's on the ground for the whole time.
Peter Yan fights tomorrow, I guess, because it's just gonna be very exciting to watch.
I need to see. In a way, I want to see more footage of him.
Now that guy's fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't really see him going to the clinch too often. I like his style.
What are we talking about?
Anyway.
Naya?
Anyway, yeah. There's another one. His name is what's his name? Like he got blonde hair. Blonde
Tension?
highlights.
About Tension?
Search him up real quick.
Is he Japanese?
Japanese. Blonde hair. He's kind of shorter.
Yeah, you're talking about Tension.
Yo.
You might be talking about Tension.
I think so. That guy, nice. He's nice.
Yeah, Tension beat Takeru.
Like I feel like a lot of the Japanese style of boxing is a lot more.
Well, they're punch heavy.
Yeah, punch.
Because Tension is kickboxing. They're very punch heavy.
That's the guy that he does like the weird ass axe kicks and shit like that, right?
No, I thought Takeru does axe kicks.
No, I'm not thinking of Takeru. It's a specific guy. He's a shorter fighter.
Or maybe it's somebody different.
I don't know. You might be right. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Out of my element.
I don't know. He not. But anyway,
sort of kind of.
Point is, boxing is like.
It's. I can appreciate.
Y'all can just say what you want to say, Omar. You think boxing is mid?
I think boxing is mid.
Just say it.
Especially now. Boxing is mid. I fuck with Lomachenko. We love the movement. We love the Lomachenko movement. I aspire to be that man.
Do you say me too? Man, if I had to choose his footwork and Canelo,
Take and start reps.
Man, you gotta. That's a lot more than reps. But like when you say boxing is boring, are you saying that as a spectator, as if you didn't know anything about fighting, or can you look at the things that they're doing and be like, okay, it might just be boring to the average person. Not saying like, oh, we're just that much better, but like, can you see like,
I'm saying it from an experience standpoint. I think boxing from a spectator standpoint is probably more enjoyable than MMA. Because think about it like this: when MMA, actually, I don't know.
I would say excuse me. I think MMA is more enjoyable to the average spectator.
But then again, a lot of average spectators, they don't like watching grappling.
So
we only like watching striking, which is they only like striking, of course.
So then my next question is, why isn't kickboxing bigger? It's just what they do.
Well, so
it's just stand up. That is exactly it.
I've always wondered that for the longest, and I forgot what the reasons are, but I've definitely wondered that for the longest about why kickboxing. Kelly might know. I feel like if we ask Kelly, I have Kelly's number because he had to send me a link and I had to watch it. I feel like I could ask Kelly and he'll give me a decent answer on why he thinks kickboxing isn't.
Because that doesn't make sense.
I would say because Muay Thai exists.
No, Muay Thai is only popular in Thailand because that's their way of life. If we leave,
I thought it was pretty popular here.
No, if we, it's big in that part. But I feel like if we ask the average person, and we ask them, and we give them a chart, and we say, all right, which one of these, like, you can only pick one out of all these sports: MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. Which one are you most familiar with? Regardless whether if you know one fighter or zero fighters, like if you know of the sport, like which one have you you've heard of for sure. And we do that, and we do that here. I guarantee you, like, we're probably gonna have less than 1% of people choose Muay Thai, and it doesn't even have to be in the people that we know. We could go out to like a random zip code in our area. I guarantee you, here Muay Thai is going to be the least selected option. Kickboxing might be the second least selected option. It would be boxing and MMA,
kickboxing, Muay Thai.
And we go to Thailand.
And that's not even considering karate, like all the old ones that people know.
I think people know more about karate than they do boxing shit. As like a known art. Not
in
like
Korea, maybe. In Korea, more than likely, maybe.
I feel like you can mention karate to anybody. And then same thing with boxing.
Yeah, we can mention the sport of it. Yeah. But let's talk about the actual. We can mention like that the training of it. But let's talk about the actual sport and actually using it as a combat sport, like the actual fighting event of it. Yeah. I don't think so. No.
Like nobody watches combat karate. Like not necessarily nobody. Regular spectators aren't tuning into
sambo and shit like that.
Yeah, like if they're gonna watch something, it's either gonna be. But people who say like,
I think BJJ is on the come up.
Well, I don't know nothing about BJJ. All I know is that what's the name when Mikey was talking about how everybody in BJJ is on steroids.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like him, the Rotullo brothers. I feel like they kind of put it on the map. Not so much because like one is not really that.
One is not that popular. It's not that popular. One came to Colorado a couple years ago. Just getting there, but it's taken a while. One doesn't have either they have a star or they haven't had a star to propel the league yet.
And then you have influencers and like content creators who are kind of putting up like what's his name, Muggsy, he's more of a wrestler though, but he does like post BJJ content.
Wait,
and shit like that.
The dark skin guy.
Said one doesn't have a star. I don't think they're gonna get any bigger stars than Superlek or Rotang right
They're not gonna generate any big MMA guys unless those MMA guys leave or those MMA guys are doing so. Because what's his name was a 3-division champ in MMA over there. I don't think he can leave. I feel like he should leave and come to the UFC at that point.
All right, but have you seen some? All right, I'm not gonna lie. The striking when it comes to the kickboxing and the Muay Thai guys, top tier. They're probably the best strikers in the world over there. Sure. But if you look at their MMA guys, striking's pretty shitty. Like if they go over to,
I mean that's per person.
If that dude, the 3-division champ, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's good. Like I'm sure he's really good. I've never really seen him fight, so maybe I'm out of my element here. But just from what I've seen, if he goes over to the UFC with like how some of them be striking, some of them, I say the top tier guys.
Who do they even have in one?
Oh, yeah, I forgot Roman is in there too. Roman's tough.
I'm like, I know. Didn't Cade switch to MMA?
Who?
Cade.
Yeah, Cade is in
Yeah, he
MMA.
switched to MMA. Striking is a little concerning. Not concerning, but it's.
I mean, he's a BJJ guy.
Yeah, he's obviously a BJJ guy, but I feel like
it takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. You feel me?
Yeah.
It looked like he probably maybe like 2-3 years deep. That's what it looked like to me. I'm not gonna lie.
3?
Probably more experienced than me. I don't know. I just don't. Have you seen that fight? His recent one. It was. It was Cade and I don't know the other guy.
Who?
I barely know any of the ONE FC guys.
Me either.
I can give you multiple Muay Thai people.
Absolutely. I can give you a couple more Muay
Thai. Tekaru, shit.
Tekaru is not Muay Thai.
I don't know what.
Tekaru's a kickboxer.
Taiwan Chai. Super Vaughn.
What's his name? Jonathan Haggerty.
That's my guy.
In general.
Man, Jonas Smith. He fought Rod Tank recently. And I think they got the next one coming up pretty soon.
Smoking Joe Nottawa. That guy's tough.
But the point is, like, I don't know if ONE FC has the stars to make it big yet. But like, Rod Tank gets a lot of recognition in Colorado when they were here 2 years ago.
Yeah, you got to.
I don't know.
Okay. But would you say the sport makes the company, or like the people in the sport make the company, or the company makes the people in the sport?
You have a person in the sport to make it. You can have the sport for years. The sport will last, but you got to have a star for the sport to take off.
You need a Conor McGregor.
You gotta have a star. You gotta have a star for the sport to take off. The sport can only go so far unless you have somebody that put the sport on the map.
That is true. I feel like if there's no like
no Chuck Liddell,
there's no storyline necessarily, you don't really have a.
So like, for example, if there was no like for Muay Thai for us, like
Sanchai.
I want to say Sanchai, but I want to think of somebody else. But I feel like if we never heard of Sanchai, I don't think we've ever would have looked into Muay Thai.
Oh yeah, no, for sure not. For sure. I think I found out about Sanchai through MMA Jeff Chan, and then after that, I found out about Muay Thai.
Like, I found out through Tekken. I found out about Tawan Chai probably as my first Muay Thai guy, and then I found everybody else after that.
That's smooth. Now, better question. I don't even know if y'all play fighting games.
Yeah.
Before I answer this, do you think that playing video games, like in general, translates to you fighting in real life?
No. Wait.
Like not even by principles.
Just like anything, or just like a street fight, like a random person, or what do you mean?
No, like just like getting better at the sport. You could say compete in street fighting.
Oh, for sure.
Wild training?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, not wild training, but like.
For sure.
Do the principles apply?
For sure.
And vice versa.
For sure.
Okay.
You could.
But Darren Fox said that he learned how to play pick and roll through 2K. Yes, you.
That's crazy. That's kind of lit.
Like yes, it's like that. You. God dang. Sheesh. All it is just you just learn how to play. You're still learning. You're not learning how you fight, but you're learning, and then you get a model to build off of, and you get some move sets, you get ideas, some concepts.
I guess I got a little bit of a different take. I feel like that shit definitely applies heavily, both back and forth. Because I feel like in fighting games, you feel me? There's a sense of distance and range control. There's a sense of timing. There's a sense of what's it called? Understand? Well, you know how
in fighting games that goes out the window though.
Yeah, but not really. You know how DJ calls it the void.
Well, range.
Games that's referred to as neutral.
Yeah.
You feel me? Where y'all are kind of playing.
Can you grab the food, please?
Huh?
Can you grab the food, please?
Yeah, the door.
Yeah.
In range is, but like in fighting games, range is kind of
depending on the game. I get what you said.
I can't also throw a Hadouken.
Yeah, you can. It's like
I can't Satsu no Hado nothing. My dad was a top 10 Tekken player in the world.
Yeah, that's why he might be able to get a little bit more. I feel like I'm mainly talking about Tekken because of how many.
All right, Tekken is different than Street Fighter.
So how many different options you can use in like the different takes? There's a bunch of like player expression. I feel like that also translates to real life because there's a bunch of different expression when you're fighting. Like me and G don't fight the same. You and G don't fight the same. Me and you don't fight the same. You feel me? You're more of a counter fighter.
My fault.
You feel me? I'm more of like a pressure fighter, and I like to box a little bit more. And G is like a wild card. He might hit you with orthodox. You might start switch hitting. Look.
He might hit you with some shit you ain't never seen before.
That's a little crazy to do.
It is kind of crazy. I thought it was blocking the camera. I thought it was blocking you. You're kind of the way you're sitting. You're kind of out of it too. Yeah. But I didn't want it to block it any more than it already was.
Okay, you can just check mine. You shouldn't do that.
So, all right, but I wouldn't recommend somebody like, oh, hey, play a bunch of Tekken, then go try to fight somebody.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
I don't think if you
I
don't.
Feel like, here's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
You can maybe study the technique. Maybe take that with a heavy ass grain of salt. You maybe can study the technique from a fighting game and be like, okay, that's applicable. I'm mainly speaking for Tekken, not really anything else. Because they do have there's motion capture. You actually have to have people who have proper technique to actually do this shit in here. Like the guy, what's his name? And his name starts with an SH, like Shamur.
You mean the Wing Chun dude?
I don't know. He just got a knockout with a move from Tekken earlier this month.
Oh,
the guy that had the double back fist.
Yeah,
Shahar.
Yeah. I saw that.
Move. If you ever played Tekken, he hit that boom. That back one too. That is a Brian Fury move, and you can't. And there's a guy Ruffy. Then he just won his fight in 309. Ruffy.
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won his fight in 309. And his whole thing is, I want to fight like a Tekken character. He's dead ass said this. I want to fight like a Tekken character. He's doing double back fist. He's jumping off the cage, doing kicks and shit like that. I feel like it translates definitely a little bit. And if not translate, it inspires.
If you have the basics down, then yeah. If you have the basics down, then you should definitely like I didn't say definitely. Then I think it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like unless you start doing stupid shit.
I think my main takeaway from it is like mixing up my options. Rather than like, okay, I'll do a low kick here. I'll do an overhand here. I'll fake the overhand into a shot, double leg. I'll do a hook into a jab.
Mm-hmm.
I throw 3 more jabs, throw another hook into a jab just to condition you. You feel me? Like a matter of mixing up your options and conditioning people rather than actually do the move from the fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because in Tekken, you got the high, mid, lows, you got throws, you got grounded options, you got ground throws, you got options at the wall. You got options when people are on the ground and you're right above them.
You got options from different angles.
Exactly. You got options from different angles. You got throws from different angles. You feel me? It's just...
Right. But that feels like it only works with, Tekken. I guess you can work with, the one that won't work with the most is I don't know, between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I'd probably say Mortal Kombat.
I can see that. They got some jank animations in there, but I can see that. The Gameology page where they have the people recreating the moves, shit like that. I could definitely see that. But I feel like Tekken is a little bit more feasible in terms of normal application. Like I'm not gonna hit nobody with a scorpion sweep, and then fucking teleport and kick them in the air. It's just not gonna happen.
But at the same time, I can't throw a Hadouken.
In Tekken, I can throw a low kick. A mean ass one to make you grab your leg, just like that. You grab it. I feel like it's definitely more applicable than other fighting games, but you can still kind of take those principles and apply it in real life.
Yeah, I agree. If you have, like I said, I feel like if you have the basics down, then it doesn't hurt to explore other options. Like at least to get tiny things here and there. But like if you don't know what the fuck you're doing,
you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You about to destiny. You about to destiny that shit.
You meet somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, you're gonna die. Like
you're gonna die.
Not literally, but maybe. But like it's not gonna be good for you.
Yeah, it can't teach you how to fight.
No,
I think you can learn principles. You feel me?
I mean, they don't even throw proper jabs in those games.
Well, those games are blended off of different styles.
Most characters don't throw a proper jab.
Fair. I mean, Eddie don't throw punches.
But like even
Eddie throw punches. His punches is kind of he hitting you from the ground on his stupid shit.
Well, all right, but Max Holloway said that he learned a lot from the UFC games. He said he
Well, UFC game, that's kind of different though.
Right.
That's that's replicating real life.
Right. Sorry, yeah, but that's different. Like
no, I would actually put that in the same category. Never mind. Because if somebody that's never watched the UFC play the UFC game and they were like, oh shit, I could learn how to fight from here. And they start studying shit, even though those animations are for sure janky as fuck. For sure. I could see it.
Ain't nothing. Hey, I mean, I agree. Like, if I break this down, maybe I could learn just the bare minimum.
Yeah.
The bare minimum. But you still don't know how to put that together or make sure if that works or if, like, what you're really doing is the right technique. You haven't hit a bag. Like,
that is true.
Like, if you're just learning, like, 1-to-1 on the game and you've never trained or anything, probably not a good idea. You just rather like, I played UFC 5 enough, like I got it. Like, no, that is a terrible idea.
It's a good starting point. It's a good starting point.
If that's where you want to start, and you're like, hey, UFC 5 got me into grappling, or UFC 5 got me into MMA, and then you're like, I want to learn these things and how to do them in real life, and you actually progressively go into learning in real life. That's cool.
Realistically, Tekken got me into fighting. I was playing that shit. I was playing the hell out of that game. Put about 500 hours in. Boom, boom, boom. I'm smacking up combos and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I want to try this shit in real life. Get to searching on Google, finding gyms and shit like that. And then here we are today.
Here we are today. I agree.
You feel me? So I think definitely fighting games help. You know, there's actually a study that playing video games helps with like hand coordination and hand what's it called?
Hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination and
where are you taking this?
Hand stability.
Where are you going with this?
Look, there's a study that says
where are you going
doctors
with this?
who play video games.
This man just now pulling out information that he just learned.
Just saying,
I just heard I just learned the information too.
Have hands that are 30% more steady. They're able to perform surgeries 33%.
We're just pulling information.
That's a big ass number, bro. That's a big ass number. That is a big ass number. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, bro. All right, my boy. All right, before we do eat, there's one last thing I do want to mention at least. So, I don't know if y'all been on Twitter the last couple of weeks, but lately, no. I'm just a super chill guy. Let me put my hands in my pocket because I'm a super chill guy right quick.
That's all I know. Just how to be a chill guy.
One thing has been all over Twitter the last couple of days is Robin. Teen Titans specifically, but Robin in particular.
Shit. I know what you're talking about.
And man, it's so funny because Jozu tweeted that Bruce shot up Robin and let him with some super soldier serum and let him run around the street unsupervised. And it's hilarious.
The part that got me was I was like, now I'm looking back at all these clips. I'm like, damn, he was really busted.
That's crazy. Like, and I wasn't thinking about it when
Starfire is a whole alien, and she is like having trouble against Rock Monster. This man come up, crack his face with a kick.
Cinder block, bro.
Have you seen the one where he pushed the guy through the billboard, hit him with a double hand sledgehammer?
Bro, he destroyed Brush Shogun. It's like, what? What?
Now the question is, who in that universe within his grasp is he not taken out?
Slade. Red X.
Red X is him.
Nah, Red X is no longer him.
Deathstroke is not that strong. He not. Yo,
bro, Slade is so. Bro, Slade is. I rewatched all the Teen Titans. Slade was so tough that Robin was fighting a nigga that wasn't even there. And then Raven had to go in his mind just to see what was going on, bro. Raven went in Robin's mind because Robin was bugging out. She saw nothing. She turned right back.
That psychological damage factor.
She get cracked, and she wake up.
She got cracked in a motherfucker. He thought it was Slade.
Slade was so tough that Slade was fucking.
She got Robin, cracked in the Mirage.
Yes, and Slade was so tough that Slade was fucking with Robin. He wasn't even there, and Robin was going insane. Robin couldn't.
I thought he was poisoned or something. Like I thought he was. Yeah, that's what
I
thought.
I think the mask messed with him.
It was like nanobots.
It was something. Something got in his head from the mask because he touched something and it messed. with him.
Yeah, it was something.
It was still though. He was messing. He was messed up and nothing was there.
Like Slade really only ever lost in that show off technicalities. Like it wasn't like he clearly got the
Slade
pause
lost
put
that
on, or they
when-
had to jump him. Anytime it was
He
like
lost to
1-on-1.
Trigun, right?
No, because we can't use that
Trigun
as an
is-
argument.
he lost
Because
to
if it was
Trigun.
Batman, they still would have to jump him, and they would all probably lose.
That's Batman.
Slade lost to Trigun, right? Slade was losing his body, or he was losing his soul, I think, to Trigun, and he had to do something.
He had to
get Robin's help.
He had to get a Raven to come over to help him set him free. So then after he did that, he was like, "Dog, what about my end of the deal?" He's like, "I'm a demon. I don't care about deals."
You understand how
Like,
crazy that is? You need a demon to take out a normal man, a otherworldly being, just to take out a normal man with some guns and a sword. And I know that sounds like downplaying.
No, he was already dead at that point.
Oh,
No, he wasn't.
He
dead.
survived.
He
But yeah, I know
survived,
what
but he
you
didn't
mean.
have for it. All right,
I
number
know
one,
what
it was
you mean.
bullshit the way he survived. He basically had no body. Like he basically had no body. He was basically a skeleton or something. And then Trigun gave him his body back, and he was like, "If you help me with this, I'll give you your body back for good." And then come to find out, that's why you don't trust demons. He was like, got you, nigga.
Nah.
Like,
got you, nigga.
Slade.
exactly. And he's like, I'm gonna do that shit. Got free. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Then that's when he teamed up with Robin and them to put Trigon back into whatever he came from.
Can we put him in the top 5 sidekicks of all time?
Can we put
Robin?
Teen Titans in top tier and top 5 cartoons on Cartoon Network?
Absolutely.
Top 5 Cartoon Network?
We gotta
Absolutely.
see. We gotta go on
Ooh.
that. Can you put that on the?
Ooh.
Can you put that on the list? Can you
Ooh.
put that in there? Let's not limit it to top 5. Let's go top 10.
Top
Yeah.
10. I'm sorry, Fire Breather's in the top 10.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know if exactly.
Wait, hold on. I think I know what
That's
it
the
is.
nigga with the blonde hair, right?
Yeah, the blonde
And
hair.
his
His dad was the
Dragon.
His
It
name
was
was like 16 words long.
Is it
I
Aragon?
thought that was a movie.
It was a movie.
That's not it. Wait, we're talking about cartoons.
We can't put that in cartoons.
Put
It's
a
a
BuzzFeed,
movie.
dude.
It's in a like.
Okay.
You can
Let's leave it. I want to say leave it at top 10, but I kind of want to leave it at top 5 again because I want to see what we can come up with in those 5.
New Gen or old gen only, or like
Just Cartoon Network, cartoons on Cartoon
Adventure
Network.
Time
Anything on Cartoon Network.
Adventure Time. That damn near crafted my childhood.
on me.
But I don't want to say Adventure Time, regular show, and Amazing World of Gumball because now
That's 3 for me.
I need to watch Gumball.
But then you
I
have
need to rewatch
Dexter's
Gumball.
Laboratory. You have
So I think everything past that 3 is when we're gonna have our gaps. So then I think we might have to expand it past 5.
this is just too many good shows. Codename Kid Next Door.
Codename Kid Next Door. Oh shit.
Top tier.
What year are you born again?
03.
04.
Oh damn.
Bro, I'm like early 04 though. Like I'm about to be 21.
Like you said, like
21. Let me think. I'm not gonna say Powerpuff Girls.
Cartoon Network.
Powerpuff Girls is
not
top
cartoons.
not in my top
Cartoon
10.
Network specifically, not cartoons.
Okay.
Cartoon Network specifically.
Powerpuff Girls is top 10. The Powerpuff.
I
Girls
think so.
was
I watched a lot of
my
Powerpuff Girls with my
show.
cousin growing up. I watched Powerpuff Girls a
Samurai
lot.
Jack.
Top
I didn't
10.
watch Samurai Jack as a kid because
Top
Samurai
10.
Jack went out. Samurai Jack was on Adult Swim when I was a kid, and I wasn't staying up late to watch Adult Swim.
I was top 10.
I would watch it now because it's on HBO, but I wasn't watching Samurai Jack back then.
I can't put Chowder in my top 10 either. I can't.
Chowder was cool then.
I
Chowder was
can.
cool.
I
Chowder
thought
was
it. I thought it had a lot of adult jokes that I'm just now getting.
What about the shit with the imaginary orphan kids?
Fosters.
Fosters.
Foster kids?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Foster Home
That's
for
gas.
Imaginary Friends. Foster for was gas.
That's going to my top 10.
So I'm looking at a
Johnny
list of
Test.
shows right now. Johnny Test was ass.
Johnny
Johnny
Test
Test
wasn't
is
even
not a good show. Johnny Test went from CW or Fox Kids or CW for Kids and went to Cartoon Network. Johnny Test was never good.
I wouldn't even consider that a real Cartoon Network show.
That's fair. Are we counting this? Are we counting?
I'm looking
Scooby-Doo?
at Scooby Doo was on Cartoon Network.
Are we
it's
counting it
Scooby.
as a Cartoon Network show though?
Boomerang.
You
Cartoon
got
Network, same
it
thing.
depends which one you're talking about. But I would count it. But you got to if you're gonna count a Scooby Doo, you got to talk about what Scooby Doo you're talking
Mystery
about. Because if I'm
Incorporated.
saying Scooby Doo, if I say Scooby Doo, it's what's new Scooby Doo.
Okay, if we limit it to that, can we say Warner Bros. IPs or just Cartoon Network?
Cartoon
Just
specifically.
Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Because it's Cartoon Network. Because the moment we start limiting
Teen
things,
Titans
we
Go
got to figure
gas.
out.
I'm sorry.
I didn't watch Go,
10.
so I'm a codename
That's
guy.
a face you make. You don't fuck with it.
I respect it. I didn't watch it.
That shit was
I'm a
gas.
Billy and Mandy guy. I've been a
I'm
Billy
sorry,
and Mandy.
you took away one of the best shows, one of the best cartoons of all times, and then you give this little baby bullshit. Don't get me wrong; they have funny moments.
Fair.
They have a bunch of
I'ma
funny
say-
moments, but at the same time, to sit there, I can sit down and watch. Even now, I can sit down and watch Teen Titans and be all right. If I sit down and watch Teen Titans Go, I'm like, all right. At a certain point, this is just childish. This is just childish. And
there was a lot of funny ass episodes.
yeah,
I'ma
there's a lot of
say-
good episodes, and I can be stupid and
Fair.
turn my brain off. But like, sometimes I'm like,
All right,
this is just too much.
I'm gonna share a show. I don't know if y'all care for it. I don't know if y'all watched it.
symbiotic type. Please say that.
Gas.
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 Total Drama
Gas. But I'm gonna say Totally Spies. I was a Totally Spies guy.
It was good.
I watched a lot of Totally Spies in my youth.
We are forgetting about an industry beast, a veteran.
Ben 10.
Ben 10.
Ben Tennyson.
Ben 10 or Ben 10 Alien Force?
All of them.
All of them.
Equally?
Except the last one. No, don't do that.
Omniverse?
This most recent iteration.
All right. Which one is the best? Which one is the best? Regular one, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, or the other one? I'm saying Ultimate. I'm saying Alien Force.
Ultimate Alien because when they brought out that fucking
wait, no, not Omniverse.
Dreamcaster, Charmcaster, and then the Alien what's it called? The reverse Ben 10, the evil one.
This is Omniverse? Which one?
No, this is Ultimate.
I don't remember
Ultimate Alien.
Ultimate Alien had the best villains of all time, and then mind you, he put out Big Wave. Big Wave is gas. He had every evolution.
He did have Big Wave in Ultimate Alien. He did.
We got the Spider Monkey.
He had Big Wave during Alien Force too. Did he not?
I'm pretty sure. No, he did. He had Big Wave during Alien Force, Omniverse, and the original. I think.
All right, let's go look up the ones that are most popular.
I like Omniverse too. Omniverse is gas.
I prefer. I was thinking of Ultimate Alien. Ultimate Alien was the one that I love the original.
And
not to
mention the Kevin Ark. Yo, he started doing all that bullshit.
Beautiful.
He was tripping about Gwen and shit like that. Gas. I'm sorry. Gas.
It was beautiful.
It's about IMD. I'm talking about
you can make a top 10 with Ben 10 alone.
Look, I'm finna eat on something because I ain't ate all day.
I'm finna eat on something too. Hey,
I ain't saying we got to stop. I'm finna put the mic down.
We finally did it. It took us a long time to shoot the first episode. We didn't even get an intro, but this is a Devin Booker episode, so we starting it out.
Devin Booker had like 3 Devin Booker episodes.
Yeah, it's a Devin Booker. It's the official one. So yeah, we do outro. We just chill guys, man. We're just some chill guys, man.
Just a chill guy.
We'll be back.
I'm chill.
In the future.
We chill. It's chill guy G. We're chill guy G. Chill guy
Q. Chill guy O. Together we are.
This is amazing.
We're chilling. All right.
So
we got it. I mean, we got it.
That's the new podcast name.
We got it. So all right. We got it. We finna go.
That's what we own. That's some good shit.
All right, I'm wrapping it up. We're done here. I'm done. We're done here. We're wrapping it up. It's the boyfriend. Some shit. We're out of here. We're done.